What's up, family? It's none other than your boy JGiddins, the father. As usual, remember to be positive, be optimistic, and keep positive people in your circle, as those three things are key to ensuring positivity is invited in your future, okay? The title of this video is The Three Brains of the Body, okay? Now, what I'm going to start doing is, I'm going to start going over, I got a curriculum that I'm putting together, right? Some of y'all already know this for y'all that pay attention to me, right? But I got a curriculum that I'm putting together, right? With all of these things, okay? And what I'm going to start doing is like going over one of these a day. It kind of will help me as well. But the one I'm going to go over with today with y'all is Three Brains of the Body. Let's go ahead and jump into it, right? So what I'm doing is, right, these are the handouts that I'm going to be handing out to people when I go out, okay? I'm going to laminate these, hand them out to people, right? But I want to go over them with y'all so that you can see. And I try to word this in a way so that when people are reading this, they'll bring abundance to you, family. One love to everybody in here. I want to set this up in a way so that the people who are reading this can put two and two together, right? I'm not going to read this word for word, but let me just go over this with y'all if y'all got a moment, all right? Peace and love to you, Jordan. All right, so look, three brains of the body, which are what? We all know this, the brain, the heart, and the stomach. I know a lot of my followers already know this. But let's get to know it a little bit better so that you can know some specific terms and you can explain why what you eat actually impacts you a lot more than you understand, okay? What is a brain, right? A brain is an organ that serves as the center of the nervous system in all vertebrae and most vertebrate animals, right? What does it say here? Each neuron is connected by synapses to several thousand other neurons, right? So I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to keep on going. After that, the next question I asked them is, what is a neuron, right? And if y'all want to, take a second and just read the rest of it. I put together these definitions and everything, but you can see what that is, right? Now, what is a neuron, right? A neuron is a nerve cell, right? An electrically excitable nerve cell, right? And the reason this is important is because when I'm telling people about this, I can also explain to them what electroactivity is within the body, or alkalinity, right? Which is the transfer of electricity through cells or cell membranes, right? And I have information on that as well. All right, but let's just real quick go through it. Neurons communicate with other cells via synapses, specialized connections that commonly use minute amounts of chemical neurotransmitters, right, to pass electric signals, right? So that's what a neuron is, right? What are the types of neurons? Now, some of y'all may know this already, but if you don't know, here you go. Sensory neurons, right? Sensory neurons, and I did all of this in my food and health lecture. If y'all watched my food and health lecture, I covered all of this. But sensory neurons respond to stimuli such as touch, sound, or light that affect the cells of the sensory organs, and they send signals to the spinal cord or brain. What's up? Everything all right? All right. So these sensory neurons, these are what parasites attach themselves to, and we're gonna get into that in 1 second. I just want to run through this because I don't want people just click off and be like, "Yo, I don't feel like looking at this." Let me just make it quick. Motor neurons receive signals from the brain and spinal cord to control everything from muscle contractions to glandular output, right? And this glandular output, that's very important, okay? So that's the production of specific chemicals within the body that do things, right? When they talk about glandular, that means glands, right? So you have glands that produce things like what? Adrenochrome, right? Adrenochrome is produced from a gland. So your motor neurons are what is being attacked at the time that your glands are, and it's not always an attack, sometimes it's a defense. Let's keep moving. Interneurons. Interneurons connect neurons to other neurons within the same region of the brain or spinal cord, right? So look, let's go down. This is a nerve cell, for those who don't know, okay? A nerve cell, right, or a neuron, right, has two primary parts, the dendrite and the axon, right? Now, the way you want to see this is, picture the axon as a mouth and the dendrite as an ear, okay? These are this is what connects neurons to each other. So you have, let me just put the camera on me, right? So when I pinch my arm, in order for my brain to realize that I just pinched my arm and that hurts, there's trillions of neurons that communicate and send that to my brain, right? So at the site where I pinched my arm, that nerve cell would send out through axons the message to the next neuron, which would receive it through its dendrite, process it, and then send out to the other axon. Now, all of these things, y'all can look up these things as well, the endoplasmic reticulum. These are all just, this is pretty much just plasma. It's a fluid. It's the actual atoms that are within the nerve. They have different jobs like computing what the actual response to what the nerve is communicating should be. They do all those things. You can look into those, but I wouldn't want to waste time with that. I really want people to understand that the dendrite hears, the axon speaks. That's how it all the way back to the beginning. All right, let's keep on going. All right, so look, here are the three brains, right? You got the main brain. The main brain is located in the head, usually close to the sensory organs for senses such as vision, right? I'm going to get into some references at the end of this, y'all, okay? Because a lot of people might be like, well, where'd you get all of this from? What, you just typing this stuff up? Yes, I did just type this up, but I can show you where to find it, all right? But the brain is located in the head, usually close to the sensory organs for senses such as vision. It is the most complex organ in the vertebrate's body, right? So they're talking about the brain within the cranium, right? This is the main brain, as you want to call it. Heart. The heart is a muscular organ which pumps blood via blood vessels throughout the circulatory system, right? And then the stomach. The stomach is a muscular hollow organ in the gastrointestinal tract of humans and many other animals, including small vertebrae. The stomach is surrounded by parasympathetic. Now, this is what you want to focus on. The stomach is surrounded by parasympathetic stimulant and sympathetic inhibitor plexuses, right? A network of blood vessels and nerves. Right? And nerves. We know what nerves do, right? Nerves communicate information and electrical signals. This is why what you eat is going to impact you. Let's keep on going, though. So this is one thing people might not know about. How many people know what a vagus nerve is? If you don't know, now you're about to know, okay? The vagus nerve, also known as the 10th cranial nerve, right? Because there's 12 cranial nerves in your body altogether, okay? The vagus nerve, also known as the 10th cranial nerve X, or simply CNX, is a cranial nerve that carries sensory fibers that create a pathway that interfaces with the parasympathetic control of the heart, lungs, and digestive tract. Okay? So the vagus nerve is what parasites would attach themselves to in order to communicate with your cranium, right? Your cranium is what? Your head, right? So when let's keep on going. I think that's pretty much self-explanatory, right? So let's see what the cranial nerve is, right? Now, a cranial nerve, there are many types of cranial nerve, but this is a generic description of what the cranial nerve is. I also want to go over this with y'all because I actually learned this recently. Now, what is the cranial nerve? Cranial nerves are the nerves that emerge directly from the brain, including the brainstem, of which there are conventionally considered 12 pairs, right? Remember I told you there's 12 cranial nerves, or there's 6, but there's 2 of each, right? Cranial nerves relay information between the brain and parts of the body, primarily to and from regions of the head and neck, including the special senses of vision, taste, smell, and hearing, right? So you want to understand, what's up, Nanitha? Peace and love to you, Sliced of Life. One love to y'all. So you want to understand that the cranial nerve is what is responsible for the communication of parasites to your brain. You know how you sitting there and you're like, oh man, I just got a taste for some sweet potato pie. Right? Or I just got a taste for some gummy bears, man. Y'all hear people say that, right, man? I got a taste for a Snicker bar, man. I just got a taste for it, right? Your cranial nerve has been hijacked, right? And particularly the vagus nerve, right, is the one that carries sensory. Okay? So you just want to keep that in mind. This is just so that you can have actual terms and things to go alongside with the, let me let y'all see me why I say this. The reason that I'm doing this is so that you can have actual terms to go alongside. Because when I get out there and I start telling people, listen, when you eating that food, parasites are communicating with your brain to make you want that. You know what they're going to say? Nuh-uh. How you know that? That ain't true. Okay, so then that's when you say, okay, so what is a cranial nerve? And what does the cranial nerve do, right? That's what communicates with your stomach, right? But let's keep on going. So what are channelopathies? And there's more you want to explain, because they could also say, well, how do you know that parasites attach to the cranial nerve? How do you know they really do that? And then we can get into what happens in the stomach and in the digestive tract when you eat food with the what you call the epithelial walls around the stomach. These are all, look, it all ties in together. This is just one page. This is just the 3 brains of the body. But y'all want to keep in mind, this is one part of my curriculum. I'm building a whole curriculum here, okay? This is just this right here. But don't forget, we got the whole circulatory system, we got all of this. We got all of this, okay? We got all of this, all right? So there's a lot more. I'm just showing y'all this one, all right? And if they have questions or concerns, or they like, hold up, what I'm going to do is just hand them the specific sheet that will go with the questions they asking. All right, now look, what are channelopathies, right? Channelopathies or channelopathies or channelopathies, however you want to pronounce it, who cares, right? They are a group of diseases caused by dysfunction of ion channel subunits, right? Now, this is important, y'all. This is important. So, okay, what are ions? See, this is going into chemistry. What are ions? For those who don't know, an ion is simply it's a charged molecule, right? Anytime that you have a molecule that has no charge, so no positive or negative charge, that's just called a molecule, right? Or a macromolecule. There's different words, but it's just a molecule, right? If that molecule gets a charge, meaning you sit it in the sunlight or you put electricity into it, that's now called an ion, right? How many people heard of the ionosphere, right? Let me show you something real quick. Hold on. I'm trying not to deviate too much. Hold on, y'all. My bad. How many people heard of the ionosphere, right? Okay. This is the layer of the Earth's atmosphere that contains a high concentration of what? Ions, right? Which are what? Let's go ahead and just define it, okay? An atom or molecule with a net electric charge due to loss or gain of one or more electrons, right? So this is the part of the sky that is absorbing electricity from the sun, the ionosphere. And they do several things to block that. Let's keep on going though. I just want you to see that you are more in common with the sun than you know, because our bodies do the same thing. So let's read what they say these are, right? Now you want to keep in mind, let's read this again. Channelopathies. Channelopathies are a group of diseases caused by the dysfunction of ion channels, okay? So what they basically telling you is anything that's caused due to your ion channels being disrupted is considered a channelopathy, right? Which is pretty much going to be almost everything, right? Because we know that you only get sick from what? Your mucous membrane being ruptured. Your mucous membrane can only be ruptured, how? For your pH level to drop low, right? We all know this. And there's another section I can hold up real quick and see if I was talking to somebody on the streets about this, what I would do is pull this section out for them, right? Which section y'all think we would go to? What section will we go to? Right here. Mucosa, right? So let's find that. The mucosa. I got it up here somewhere, right? So the mucosa, right? Which is called what? The mucous membrane, right? This membrane lines the entire body of organisms. Its function, look at what the function is. Mucous membranes, and this is what I was talking about when it comes to your digestive tract, right? The whole function of this, look, the function of the membrane is to stop pathogens and dirt from entering the body and to prevent bodily tissues from becoming dehydrated, right? So this is what I mean. Let's go back to the other page. Where is that? Hold up. Yeah. All right. So this is what I mean when I'm telling you that the only way that these can occur is for you to have a low pH level and be eating acidic foods, right? Acidic, for those who don't know, something that is acidic is something that pulls electrons. So something that takes electrons from other things, right? So that's acid. That is not going to be compatible with pH, right? pH stands for what? Potential hydrogen, right? It's the potentiality of your body to connect to hydrogen atoms. All right, let's keep on going. All right, look, what are ion channels? Ion channels are, come on, my camera got to fix, y'all. Hold on. All right, ion channels are pore-forming membrane proteins that allow ions to pass through the channel pore. Their functions include establishing a resting membrane potential, shaping action potentials, and other electrical signals by gating the flow of ions across the membrane, right? So basically what these ion channels are, and membranes are pretty much like a layer of epithelial atoms that absorb things, right? Let's see what they say. Hold on. Because I be just going off of what I know, but at the end of the day, other people can get it better when they tell you. Because look at this. A thin sheet of tissue or layer of cells acting as a boundary, lining, or partition in an organism, right? Membranes are also known as epithelial walls, right? So if I type in epithelial, let me see. Because y'all going to find when you study this, you'll find a lot of terms used, you know what I'm saying, in accordance with each other, okay? So look, epithelium is a type, come on, will you focus? Is a type of body tissue that forms the covering on all internal and external surfaces of the body. And epithelial walls are covered with what? Mucus, right? So there's no way. This is what Dr. Sebi was teaching. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a student of Dr. Sebi. All right, that's all that I got for this one, for three brains of the body. But this is just to show people that what you eat, give me one moment, that what you eat So look, what you think and what your brain is exposed to, meaning what you're learning, is going to impact your body drastically. What you're feeling is going to impact your body drastically, right? Because the heart has, give me 1 second, the vagus nerve also controls parasympathetic control of the heart. So this vagus nerve, this is y'all know these phrases that we use. You get on my nerves. Oh, you getting on my nerve. This is the nerve they talking about. You get on my vagus nerve. Yeah, family. So like I said, I just wanted to make sure that I do my due diligence as I come into information to explain this and try to, and try to get us to be able to explain it to our children. Somebody was asking me, somebody was like, well, I see y'all laughing at the vagus nerve. Somebody was asking me, they was like, well, you're saying my child shouldn't go to school. I think somebody DM'd me. They was like, you're saying my child shouldn't go to school. You're not in agreement with school. Well, what are they supposed to learn? Well, if my child's not going to school, like, how are they going to learn? This this is what they should be learning right here. This is all what they should be learning, okay? This is all what they should be learning. And on top of that, you can go to, I would still recommend Young Pharaoh. Now listen, Young Pharaoh is not who he was. We all know that even by his own admission, he's not who he was, you know what I'm saying? But the information that he has put out and the work that he has done is still there. So you can go to Young Pharaoh's website. You can sign up for the website. I think it's like $12 a month. He got one for kids and one for adults. The one for kids teaches you all kind of things, bro, from trigonometry to sacred geometry to supreme mathematics. It teaches you all of that stuff. And then the one for adults teaches you all of that, and it teaches you more. It teaches you, more about history, more about the body, more about, occultism, more about ritualistic practices, religion, genetics, all that kind of stuff. This is the stuff that we should be learning. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what I would suggest is that everybody, put their children in virtual school. And then when it comes to virtual school, listen, you have access. I had my children in virtual school. You have access to their curriculum. You have access to what they're doing, their grades, their classes, all of that. You can hop on a computer in 10 minutes and do your child work. You feel me? Get them a good grade, okay? And then put them in real school. And then y'all go ahead and sit in the living room. You feel me? Y'all go ahead and grab a chair in the living room. You know what I'm saying? And then go ahead and start the real work. You know what I'm saying? So, you said his website down? Yeah, I know. I follow him. I follow him on Twitter. On Twitch, Mark, because he do his lives and stuff on Twitch. I haven't been on his Twitch page in probably about a week, but I was following him regularly on there. And you're right, he does still give information, but it's just not the same way that he was. You're right, because he don't have that same oomph to him. I feel like, unfortunately, he was. You know what I'm saying? I always felt like, even when Young Pharaoh was Young Pharaoh, I always felt like there was something inside that was like hurting, maybe like a form of animosity towards what happened in his upbringing. You know what I'm saying? He even brought it up. What he say in this song? If it wasn't for my, what he say? I feel like ain't nobody care about me. My aunt put me out and something. What he say? I was on the news, you probably wouldn't hear about me. He got one song called Care About Me, and I fuck with that song. But you can tell, especially through music, when you feel a person's soul, what's bothering them. And I feel like something in him was tapped into and brought out. You know what I'm saying? And it just overcame everything else. But look, I'm sending positive vibes to everybody. What's up, Mama Anunaka? Sending love to you. Midnight Mayadi. I appreciate you. Peace and love to you for coming in. Shout out to everybody who came in. If you came in later, I recommend that you give a watch to it back, just so that you know I was just going over my curriculum, which is this. This is the index page has the full curriculum on there. But I'm just going to do like one of these every now and again. I did 3 brains of the body. So go ahead and watch it back if you care to. There's some information in there. Some people might want to know the vagus nerve, what that does, the cranial nerve, what channelopathies are, ion channels, all those kind of things, nerve cells, how those work. These are all things that you want to make sure that you're aware of, especially if you plan on having somebody listen to you. Because people are not going to, people are good at sensing when you know what the hell you're talking about, and good at sensing when you just want to sound like you know what you're talking about. See, because there's a lot of people out here, the such and such, but they don't really know what they talking about. They regurgitating what they heard from somebody else, which to a degree I'm still in support of. Like, I am still in a way in support of regurgitation. I just think you got to understand what your lane is when you're regurgitating. So when you're regurgitating certain things, like making sure to pay respects and homage to who you're regurgitating, is necessary. Number one, for the person that you're regurgitating information to properly discern and decipher the information they're receiving. So if you really care about the person you're talking to, you will give them the source. You should give them the source. As a matter of fact, I wanted to also show y'all there's references at the bottom of every one of my pages. Okay? There's not one at the bottom of this one, but just so that you know, when I'm doing these things, so like, for instance, let me just give y'all one, right? So like for the mucosa, right? When I'm doing these things, at the bottom of each page, right, that I'm going to be giving people, there's going to be a section that says references. And this is going to have what? Books, right? This stands for international, This stands for International Standard Book Number, the ISBN. You can look up this book. It's called The Digestive System. Here's another one, The Rheological Properties of Mucus, right? Rheology is something that a lot of people are not familiar with. The rheology, and that's Rheology. Rheology is the study of the breakdown of atoms, right? And the study of the breakdown. Let's see what they say it is. Hold on. I'm going for memory. Hold on. What is, I'm going to type in Rhealo. Wait, what is rheology, right? So rheology is the branch of physics that deals with the deformation and flow of matter, especially the non-Newtonian flow of liquids, right? So when you're talking about biology and you're talking about the body and you're talking about rheology, you're talking about substances that are produced biologically by the body and how they break down, how they form, how they deform. And studying rheology or studying that process is how you would determine how the alkalinity of mucus is. What's up, Chanel? What's up, Falana? That's how you would determine how the alkalinity of mucus is affected, right? Because our bodies, we have something called alkaline mucus, right? For those who don't know. And I went over this in the lecture, but in case some people didn't get it, because some people might watch this back and actually care about what I'm talking about, y'all. So I want to be respectful to everybody. I want to be respectful to the people who like, bruh, I want to hear what you saying, but like wrap this shit up. And I want to be respectful to the people who like, bruh, I'm listening. Why you trying to leave? Like, you know what I'm saying? So you have something called alkaline mucus, right? Y'all can look this up, right? What is the function of alkaline mucus, right? In the stomach, alkaline mucus is secreted by gastric glands in the gastric mucosa of the stomach wall, right? Secretion of alkaline mucus is necessary to protect the mucous membrane of the stomach from acids, right? Acids like what? Pepsinogen, right? Pepsinogen, which is why they named Pepsi, right? Pepsinogen is triggered by hydrochloric acid. And hydrochloric acid is in what? Soda. So when you drink soda, you're immediately forcing your stomach to release these acids that tear apart your alkaline mucus. Now, it's also trying to break down this shit that you put in your body that's too acidic, but it's also unfortunately going to do damage around it. It's no different than like when your body, these are all immune responses of the body. What's up, Eternal Chaos? One love to you. It's no different than when you get sick, so your body gets a fever, right? A fever is going to make you hot, uncomfortable, but it's because it's killing off whatever is in you. You know what I mean? Same thing when you cough. You might cough and it hurt, but it's getting rid of the lining. It's getting rid of bacteria. This is why when you cough and you see that mucus come out and it's green or black, those are bacteria cells that are being caught in the epithelial walls by mucus. So mucus is necessary for you to have, but mucus needs to be a certain consistency. If that mucus is too, like for instance, if your mucus is not like thick and it's like runny, like how you get a runny nose which is called, for those who don't know, I talked about this in my lecture, but I want to tell y'all this because I don't want to know nothing y'all don't know. I'm not that guy. I don't want to know nothing y'all don't know. What I know, you gonna know. Rhinorrhea, right? That's called a runny nose, right? Having fluid run out of the nose, right? Again, rhinorrhea. That's the medical term you want to look up if you want more information on that. Now, rhinorrhea is something that's caused from the acid breakdown in your nose, and this normally comes from dairy. Anytime that you eat something like, let's say you eat a big thing of macaroni and cheese, I guarantee you your nose gonna run. I guarantee you. You can eat a big cheesesteak sub, cheese dripping all over. You know what I'm saying? You can eat that, and I guarantee you within a couple hours your nose gonna run, because your digestive tract is being broken down. It's being broken down, and it goes through your whole body. Even when you're eating it, and it lines. See, the throat is lined with epithelial walls as well. You want to be aware of that, right? So when you're eating something, that same bacteria from cheese, because y'all want to understand, cheese is nothing but mold, okay? Like, it's actually kind of sick that we eat that shit. Like, you got to understand, cheese is mold. That's all it is. It's just mold. They literally just let the stuff mold, and then they have some cheese that actually have maggots in it. Y'all familiar with this? Let me show you. Let me show you. Look. It's called Kasumatsu. It's called look, a rare cheese infested with live maggots. People eat this shit. Look at videos of it. You can see it. Look, Gordon tries it. You know what I'm saying? People eat this shit. It's sick, bro. It's fucking crazy. What is wrong with people, bro? Like, look, you see this shit? Kasumatsu, sometimes spelled Kasumarzu, and also called Kasumode and Kasukundidu and Kasufrazigu in Sardinian, is a traditional Sardinian sheep milk. That's sheep milk that contains live insect larvae. How many people seen my video where I said cat milk is for cats, dog milk is for dogs, cow milk is for humans? So let me guess. Sheep milk is for humans? What? What kind of God did that? Like, why you create different beings, completely different anatomical structures, the way their bodies function, but the milk, which is designed for the nursing of the children or the offspring, is supposed to go to... Bro, stop playing with me. See, we get to a point where you just insulting my fucking intelligence. I'm not even gonna keep doing this shit. Stop drinking milk, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta cut this shit out. Like, it gets to a point where after a while, it just... Listen, I don't have a problem with people eating things they shouldn't be eating, but my thing is, like, just stand on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? My whole thing is, everybody has the right to do what they want to do. Like, nobody has to follow anything. But just stand up for what you is. Like, I can't stand for somebody to claim they something that they not. Like, for instance, it's people that are gay, and they'll lie and say they not gay. Like, bro, stand on what you stand on. I don't agree with that shit, because you are challenging life itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you gonna look God in the eye and say, I don't want life to continue the way you want it. Good, more power to you. But stand on that. Don't be hiding, nigga. What you hiding for? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was gay, man, I'd be like, I'm gay. I wish a nigga would have a problem with it. Nigga, I'm gay. I'm what I am. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. But for those who are, be what you are. So if you're going to eat poisonous food, eat poisonous food. Like, don't be trying to, well, you know, yeah, that milk, man, that's crazy. Eating a bowl of cereal. Yeah, y'all, that milk crazy. Oh, yeah, that milk crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what we got to get into, man. That's all. We got to just be real. Just be who you are. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I have times I will never promote it to y'all, and I will never, like, try to make it out like I endorse it. But I have times that I eat shit that I ain't got no business. You know what I'm saying? I eat broccoli and rice sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We know broccoli not real. Broccoli was created in Holland. You know what I'm saying? Right along with cabbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff was made in a lab, you know what I'm saying? And lettuce, or was it lettuce that was made in Holland? One of them was made in Holland, but you can look it up, along with corn. All of these was created in a lab, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, just stand on what you stand on. I eat corn sometimes. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I had an addiction to corn on the cob growing up. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is just stand on what you stand on. Don't be trying to like be phony and all of that, man. That's the last thing you want to do. Like just don't be phony. Just be who you are. That's it. Just be who you are. Don't try to be somebody you not, man. I might clip this back because I'm great. I'm great. Get out of here. But I think I'm gonna clip this back and play this part back. So I just want to say for anybody who's watching back this clip that I clipped, be who you are, man. Don't let nobody make you feel like you need to be somebody else or be somebody different. I don't care what you are, man. If you know what I'm saying, fat, skinny, short, tall, black, white, dark, light, gay, straight, fucking, basketball, football, water, soda, whatever. Be what you are. Just try to make what you are the best version of what you are. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, that's what they doing out here. So these people out here who doing crazy shit like that video that y'all seen me post where the little girl is petting the guy on the ground with a G-string on, naked, and they spanking him. They being who they are. I just don't fuck with who they is. But they being who they are. You know what I'm saying? At least they being who they are. Meanwhile, you sitting there won't even be who you is. You feel stuff, but you won't say it. You know what I'm saying? We got so many people who got all of these feelings and emotions and strength and like thoughts and opinions and concepts that matter, but they have no strength to bring it out. So it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's like what does it matter that you feel all of these good things and you won't speak on it? You know what I'm saying? Like you might as well be quiet. How many people, let me let y'all know something. They dumb. They what you call dumb. How many people know that dumb don't have nothing to do with intelligence? Look at this. What does dumb mean? Now who know this? I bet you most people don't know this. Temporarily unable or unwilling to speak. Now, how many people silent? Now, what the hell do that got to do with intelligence? But everybody, yo, you dumb, yo, you dumb as shit. No, you dumb. Because you don't know that dumb don't mean intelligent. What you mean to say is you stupid. You know what I'm saying? But this is the stuff that I'm saying when I say knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? And people perceive you based on, because now that you know that, every person that you hear use dumb wrong, now you like, you just already know that you know something they don't know. So imagine what is being thought about us on that level. You get what I'm saying? With the things that we don't know. Things like, us not knowing that melanin comes from animals. Like melanin is something that is in animals. You know what I'm saying? But we out here screaming that it come from us. You know what I'm saying? Melanin out in the sun. You don't see melanin in the sun. You don't see that, bro. You don't see that. You see carbon, you see iron, you see phosphate, you don't see melanin in the sun. You don't see melanin nowhere in nature. You can't go find it. So you tell me where they had melanin 1 million years ago, 10,000 years ago. Where was it? It wasn't, because it only exists in animals, which comes from eugenics. And they created it with gene splicing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually a defense against the sun. So it's actually a spit in our face, because melanin opposes the sun. Melanin opposes the sun. Y'all got to understand that. Melanin fights the sun. The sun beam down on it and it fight back like, hold up, yo. And it defends itself against it. We don't defend ourselves against something we are. We carbonated beings, man. But like I said, I just was saying that to say the same way you can look at somebody who say dumb and be like, yo, he don't even know what dumb mean. And then you just looking at it like, okay, this person, that's what we being looked at as. So this is the importance of us enlightening ourselves and making ourselves aware, you know what I'm saying, of these truths, okay? Sending positive vibes to everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Look, I love y'all, man. And look, for everybody who's been supporting me so far, I put up a video yesterday where I explained to everybody that I started a GoFundMe. I started a Patreon. I just asked that anybody who followed me, I know a lot of y'all might be like, look, bro, I like your information. You cool and all that, but don't be like, ask me for money and all that. That's cool. I don't want nothing that somebody don't want me to have. I don't give a fuck if I was starving to death. If you got food and you like, go ahead and keep that. Let me go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, for those who would like to support, I don't care if you give $1, what you give. Just do me a favor, go to patreon.com, and if you get a chance, just go ahead and become a supporter for $1 a month or whatever you can afford a month or whatever you think, is needed. And that's going to be what I use for taking this information and putting it out. Because y'all about to see, that's why I ain't rushing for support or nothing, because y'all don't know what I'm working to do yet. But when you start seeing the footage and you start seeing what I'm doing, then I ask y'all just, kind of get behind me a little bit, because just keep in mind, listen, I also got 5 little ones, you know what I'm saying? 2 of which I'm in the middle of a battle of custody. You know what I'm saying? I have sole custody, but it's being attempted to be. It's a whole. Just know the system is coming at me right now. So it's a lot for me to do all of this and still hold that together. So I'm just asking that y'all just provide me with any support that y'all can. I'm gonna also make sure to provide some Patreon only content. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna be showing y'all, the cases as I'm doing stuff in court. I'm gonna be showing y'all specifics around the house. If I get new things, what things is going to, I'm gonna make sure that y'all in there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's in there because I'm a public figure. So it's not like anybody else can't get this, but I'm going to proactively give it to you, whereas other people got to ask. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't, but I answer any questions for anybody who's watching this too. I'm an open book, right? So don't ever think like, let's say you wanted to say, hey, JGiddins, how old was you when you lost your virginity? I'm not going to be like, come on, man, you asking personal questions. Ain't no personal with me. I don't do personal. I'm not even from this planet. You feel me? You can ask anything you want to ask. I really don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can ask me when the last time I had sex. It was about a year ago. You know what I'm saying? You can ask when, you know what I'm saying? You can ask when, have I ever put my hands on a female? No. You know what I'm saying? Not since I was probably 9 years old when I was fighting my cousin. You know what I'm saying? But like, you can ask, are you a rapist? Like, I don't give a fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to know that I'm fully there. And I'm saying this because it's a lot of people out there. They be out here asking for money and trying to get stuff for people. But then when people ask them stuff, they be like, that's my business. You mind your business and stay in your lane. And I just feel like, yo, you out of pocket to be trying to ask people to give you money to support you. But they can't ask you questions like, yo, what's wrong with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you giving me $1, I just left the dollar store. If y'all seen that video I just did, I just left the dollar store. I just went and bought Pampers and wipes for my kids. If you gave me $5 or any amount of dollars, you bought that for them. How dare I tell you can't ask me a question when you helping me support my family, bro? Like, that's ungrateful. Like, I would never move like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, sending love and positivity to everybody. I just want y'all to try to get up there and support as much as you can. I'm trying to get a car. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted a car. I always had a car since I was 15. So I always had a car. But I got into a car accident. I used to drive Uber. I got into a car accident. My car got totaled when I was 31. So maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. And mind you, I don't age. So I'm not claiming age. I'm just giving y'all timelines. But, so I've been without a car for about 4 or 5 years for the first time in my life. But what I want to do is get a car, a van to be specific. So for my family, so that we can DoorDash and we can Uber. You know what I'm saying? And that way I can make money and put this information out there, because you best believe every Uber ride I get, what they getting, y'all? What they getting? Shit, you getting my Uber, what you getting? What you getting? A whole fucking curriculum. You hear me? And the whole Uber ride I'm teaching you until you say, look, I just rather get sick. I don't want to know. I'll be like, all right, that's cool. That's your right. You know what I'm saying? Sending y'all positive vibes, man. Let me get out of here. I talk a lot, y'all. Like, I talk a lot. Watch this back for anybody who missed it, all right? Remember to be positive, be optimistic, keep positive people in your circle, as those 3 things are key to ensuring positivity is invited in your future, all right? It's your boy JGiddins out.